This is from the textbook, Excel Module 1, how to get around Excel and how to do some basic data entry. So I am loading Excel. I'm just going to choose blank worksheet, file, and I've got that file, EX1-1 is on my USB, and so I'm going to work my way to it, locate it. And there it is. I am going to just increase the size of this a little bit so you all can see a little better. First thing they're talking about is just some terminology. This is called a cell. It's the intersection of a row and a column. They name it by the column letter and the row number. So I'm in A1. I'm currently now in G2. I can use my arrow keys to move around. And in this box right here, it also tells me where I'm currently located. So that is the name box. Up here is the menu. And so file is just like pretty much any other program. New, open, save, save as, print. Home is a lot like, I'm assuming you are familiar with Word, but this is where you can control your fonts, your font size, your bold, italic, color, left align, right align, things like that. Insert, we will get into this later in a later chapter when we insert charts, pictures, things like that. Page layout, controlling margins, the orientation, do you want it to be landscape or portrait? We'll talk about that more later. Backgrounds, items like that. Formulas, there are many formulas that we will put in, but yet there are some. I'll just give an example of calculating a monthly payment if you're purchasing something with interest over so many years. Those are already there, plus some higher level math and trig functions, items like that are available. So anyway, I'm going to go back to home, and once again, this is the cell address. There is many ways I could click there and just type in that I want to go to B12 and press enter, and it takes me to that location. I tend to use the arrow keys just to move around the most. So I'm just going to click on B4, and it says that becomes the active cell. If I need to get multiple cells activated, so I can click on B4 and drag down to B11, and I have that whole group of cells selected at this point. Entering data. I'm on module 1-4. That's the page number that I'm at if you're wanting to follow along or look at this, but they tell me to go to F3 and type in total. And you can either press the check mark up there. When you press enter, it automatically goes to the next row. So the check mark would have kept my cursor at that location if that's what I needed. Then they tell me to go to A12 and add Vancouver. And press the tab, which is going to take me to B, and then they tell me the figures to put in: 120, 130, 117, and 130. And so I have those figures in. Then they tell me to go up to B3, and so what I'm going to do here, I can delete each cell entry individually or delete a range. They tell me to go to B3 and hit delete, which deleted that. I can click on C3 and hold down through E3 and then hit delete. Instead of having the month names, they want us to change that to quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. So quarter 1, quarter So we fixed that, and we're done. Now I'm moving on to 1.6, editing data. They want us to go to B4. It says then click to the left of the 4 in the formula bar, and they want us to delete that and type 3. So basically, instead of 143, we're changing that to 133, and I'm going to hit the check mark, and that updates it. B6, they want me to go to B6. They're going to show me another way to do that. I can press function key 2, and it automatically puts my cursor in that location where I can go ahead and make, so I'm down here, but I can make my changes there. And they want me just to backspace and 9 and go to H6, and it says double click the word max in the formula bar. So double click up here, it highlights it all, and I can type in maximum and press enter. H7. Another way, instead of doing that, I'm just going to press F2, and minimum, I'm just typing the change right there. And so that's what I've done right now. And so I have went through pages up to 1-6 right now, and I'm going to stop this one.